This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We want to give you a heads up today. The Virgin Islands Fire Service has issued a territory-wide burn ban. The ban on burning is because of dry weather conditions, so effective immediately. All outdoor burning is temporarily prohibited in the territory. Existing burn permits are now suspended, and no new permits will be issued. For additional information, residents and businesses may contact the Arson Investigation and Prevention Units in their respective district. The Prevention Unit in the St. Thomas-St. John District can be reached at 340-774-7610. The St. Croix District number is 340-773-8050. Again, Virgin Islands Fire Service has issued a territory-wide burn ban. So last month on St. Croix, vandals caused damage to the Virgin Islands Police Department's new technology aimed to protect Virgin Islanders. The solar panels, which were to power surveillance cameras, were vandalized in the area of the Frederiksted Pier sometime between May 22nd and the 23rd. The panels were just about to come online before they were intentionally damaged by rocks, according to police. As police investigate this incident, Houston Cornelius, the deputy chief of police in St. Croix, recently spoke about the incident in clear frustration.
The Virgin Islands Police Department took a proactive stance and purchased a piece of equipment to protect you, the elder, you, the young men and women, you, the children. The Virgin Islands Police Department is moving in a way of technology to try and protect our community. But take a look. The piece of equipment is damaged. We were just on the verge of activating this piece of equipment to protect our community. Ladies and gentlemen of this community, we are asking you, please don't damage the equipment that we're purchasing to protect you. We're asking, if anybody is to see anyone tampering with the equipment, we ask that you call the regular numbers: 911 778-2211, 773-2530, 778-4950, and lastly, 1-800-222-TIPS. We ask you, continue to work with your Virgin Islands Police Department as we use technology to try to keep our community safe.
Frustrating for the department indeed. So soaring inflation is making going back to the office more expensive, and the cost of your favorite lunch items are certainly going up. And it comes as some food and drink companies are quietly shrinking the sizes of some of your favorite products without any lower prices. Here's a closer look at the so-called lunchflation and shrinkflation issues that are impacting your wallets.
The return to office life is growing more expensive by the day, but let's focus on the rising cost of food, from your morning coffee to that lunchtime salad.
I can tell from having the same budget that I had before all of this, I would get less. It seemed like the bags would get smaller and smaller.
The index for food away from home has increased 7.4% over the last year. That's according to a Labor Department report. Prices for food purchased to eat at home rose 11.9%. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that's the biggest 12-month jump since 1979.
It is kind of like a scary feeling, because just thinking about what I used to be able to get before all of this compared to what I can get now.
Meanwhile, Starbucks raised prices in the U.S. earlier this year and said costs could continue to rise. And since the start of last year, salad chain Sweet Green raised its menu prices by 10%. The budget pinch comes as the Fed is expected to announce another interest rate hike this Wednesday to help tame inflation.
Make no mistake about it. I understand inflation is a real challenge to American families.
Then there's also shrinkflation. The The AP reports companies are shrinking packages to deal with rising costs for raw materials, labor, and transportation. For example, Chobani Flip's yogurt have shrunk from 5.3 ounces to 4.5 ounces. Bags of Fritos Scoops marked party size used to be 18 ounces and are now 15.5 ounces at most retailers. And PepsiCo is downsizing Gatorade bottles from 32 to 28-ounce bottles.
PepsiCo has said the Gatorade bottle switch has actually been in the works for years and is not related to the current economic conditions. Meanwhile, Domino's Pizza announced in January it was shrinking the size of its 10-piece chicken wings to 8 pieces for the same $7.99 carry-out price. Domino's cited the rising cost of chicken for that move. COVID-19 cases remain steady territory-wide. We're seeing a continuing downward trend, though. Health officials are currently tracking 308 active COVID cases throughout the territory, with the most on St. Croix, 237, 70 on St. Thomas right now, and just one case currently on St. John. A new study out of England reveals how much exercise teenagers need every day to stay healthy, and it may not be as much as you might think. Ian Lee has the story.
There we go. So nice and slow to begin with.
13-year-old Kitty is doing a health check.
That's it, Kitty. Keep this up.
Completing a non-stop 20-yard shuttle run.
Good work. High five. Yeah, well done.
How was it?
It was hot, but bearable.
That's exactly how researchers from Oxford University say it should feel. Their new study revealed children benefit from spending 20 minutes a day breathing hard and getting red in the face.
We really do recommend that children and adolescents get into these good habits of exercising frequently at these high levels now.
Researchers tested activity levels of more than 300 kids and found short bursts of panting and sweating were enough to improve physical, mental, and cognitive health. While the World Health Organization says children should get 60 minutes of moderate to strenuous exercise a day, Oxford's lead author found less is more if you go harder.
You do need to get hot and sweaty, you do need to get breathless, but you don't have to do it for an hour, you only have to do it for about 20 minutes a day in total.
Researchers say the fitness benefits of grueling workouts plateau at about 20 minutes. They encourage kids to find an activity they love to do with friends, and Kitty agrees.
I think when you do it together, you can also motivate each other, and you want to do well with your friends.
Kids helping kids to become healthy adults.
The researchers also found teenaged boys tend to get more vigorous exercise than girls. In Puerto Rico, the full moon party was back in full force this past weekend with all the traditional food, music, and Caribbean rhythms after 2 years off because of the pandemic. And it was a celebration of the British Virgin Islands. Our USVI News correspondent Francis Felix takes us there.
Two cultures meet at Viva Beach Club. Puerto Rico holds the event that celebrates the British Virgin Islands culture and traditions.
I'm told that we haven't had this event in 2 years, so we're very excited to have this event again because we know how special the relationship is between the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. We know the Puerto Rican people love to visit the Virgin Islands. They love the sailing. You know, they love the full moon parties at the Virgin Islands. And we just wanted to give persons a little taste of that right here so that we can, you know, pique their interest and remind them that the pandemic, we're transitioned out of the pandemic and we're ready to welcome them in the Virgin Islands, especially in July, where we have Christmas in July, with the Puerto Rican Navy coming down to the Virgin Islands.
We want to make sure that everyone here in Puerto Rico understands that the BVI is open, the BVI is welcoming, and we can't wait to have you guys come back.
What are some of the signature dishes of the BVIs, what you have here?
Well, probably the first one, and the most traditional one, is this one here, which is fish in mayonnaise sauce. So in this case, we use mahi-mahi, and traditionally we do it with a combination of mayonnaise and fish stock. And it's served with Johnny cake, which is like, I think in Puerto Rico you call it arepa. Which is very similar, a little bit more puffy. And the potato salad that is served is not your traditional potato salad. In the BVI, we put, in the potato salad, we put peas and carrots and corn, and we use Heinz dressing. That's the secret thing about it.
The BVI Full Moon Party comes back after 2 years since the pandemic with the hope of strengthening both cultures. From Isla Verde, Puerto Rico, Frances Felix.